What is the recursion? The process in which a function calls itself is called recursion. Usually, it is better to think how to stop an infinite recursion calls before started. The popular approach to use recursion is a counter. In this case, we need to have some point when we want to stop the recursion. For example, we want to print all numbers from 100 to 0, then we need to add if statement and not let the recursion work infinitely. However, for this kind of functions, we can use an ordinary for loop and do not bother ourselves with recursion. It's easier to read and implement. So, what is the recursion for then? Let's take a look at this array. And what if we need an access to each particular element? This is pretty common task when you work with API, for example. So, it could be an array or JSON object that contains a separate numbers and another arrays or objects as an elements. It is possible to parse whole array or object and then use those elements, of course. But what if we don't know the structure? Or the structure is different each time? Or the array is huge enough? So the task becomes too difficult. In this case, we can use the recursion. Okay, now take a look at this function. It receives an array as a parameter, uses simple for loop, and if there is another array, it calls itself again and passes this array. So here the recursion is extremely useful. Well, what about JSON object? First of all, we need to convert it to iterable object. There is an entries function that returns an array of keys and values, and we can use it as an array.